Keep away from people who try to belittle your ambitions. Small people always do that, but the really great make you feel that you, too, can become great. In a good book room you feel in some mysterious way that you are absorbing the wisdom contained in all the books through your skin, without even opening them. Substitute damn every time you're inclined to write very, your editor will delete it and the writing will be just as it should be. 1. Reader, suppose you were an idiot. And suppose you were a member of Congress. But I repeat myself. 2. Don't go around saying the world owes you a living. The world owes you nothing. It was here first. 3. But who prays for Satan? Who, in 18 centuries, has had the common humanity to pray for the one sinner that needed it most? 1. The difference between the almost right word and the right word is really a large matter. 'Tis the difference between the lightning bug and the lightning. 2. Loyalty to country always. Loyalty to government, when it deserves it. 3. I do not fear death. I had been dead for billions and billions of years before I was born, and had not suffered the slightest inconvenience from it. 1. When I was a boy of 14, my father was so ignorant I could hardly stand to have the old man around. But when I got to be 21, I was astonished at how much the old man had learned in 7 years. 2. Don't part with your illusions. When they are gone you may still exist, but you have ceased to live. 3. Clothes make the man. Naked people have little or no influence on society. 1. Travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of the earth all one's lifetime. 2. Everyone is a moon, and has a dark side which he never shows to anybody. 3. If you pick up a starving dog and make him prosperous he will not bite you. This is the principal difference between a dog and man. 1. If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you read the newspaper, you're misinformed. 2. I've lived through some terrible things in my life, some of which actually happened. 3. You believe in a book that has talking animals, wizards, witches, demons, sticks turning into snakes, burning bushes, food falling from the sky, people walking on water, and all sorts of magical, absurd and primitive stories, and you say that we are the ones that need help. 1. The easy confidence with which I know another man's religion is folly teaches me to suspect that my own is also. 2. The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. 3. If animals could speak, the dog would be a blundering outspoken fellow, but the cat would have the rare grace of never saying a word too much. 1. I haven't any right to criticize books, and I don't do it except when I hate them. I often want to criticize Jane Austen, but her books madden me so that I can't conceal my frenzy from the reader, and therefore I have to stop every time I begin. Every time I read Pride and Prejudice I want to dig her up and beat her over the skull with her own shin bone. 2. Forgiveness is the fragrance that the violet sheds on the heel that has crushed it. 3. A banker is a fellow who lends you his umbrella when the sun is shining, but wants it back the minute it begins to rain. 1. April 1st. This is the day upon which we are reminded of what we are on the other 364. 2. I have found out that there ain't no surer way to find out whether you like people or hate them than to travel with them. 3. After all these years, I see that I was mistaken about even the beginning. It is better to live outside the garden with her than inside it without her. 1. Adam was but human, this explains it all. He did not want the apple for the apple's sake, he wanted it only because it was forbidden. The mistake was in not forbidding the serpent, then he would have eaten the serpent. 2. The Bible has noble poetry in it, and some good morals and a wealth of obscenity, and upwards of 1,000 lies. 3. Always acknowledge a fault. This will throw those in authority off their guard and give you an opportunity to commit more. 1. Giving up smoking is the easiest thing in the world. I know because I've done it thousands of times. 2. Of all God's creatures, there is only one that cannot be made slave of the leash. That one is the cat. If man could be crossed with the cat it would improve the man, but it would deteriorate the cat. 3. Eat a live frog first thing in the morning and nothing worse will happen to you the rest of the day. 1. Of all God's creatures, there is only one that cannot be made slave of the leash. That one is the cat. If man could be crossed with the cat it would improve the man, but it would deteriorate the cat. 2. I have a higher and grander standard of principle than George Washington. He could not lie. I can, but I won't. 3. There are many humorous things in the world, among them, the white man's notion that he is less savage than the other savages. 1. There was never yet an uninteresting life. Such a thing is an impossibility. Inside of the dullest exterior there is a drama, a comedy, and a tragedy. 2. It takes your enemy and your friend, working together, to hurt you to the heart, the one to slander you and the other to get the news to you. 3. In the beginning of a change the patriot is a scarce man, and brave, and hated and scorned. When his cause succeeds, the timid join him, for then it costs nothing to be a patriot. 1. A person that started in to carry a cat home by the tail was getting knowledge that was always going to be useful to him, and weren't ever going to grow dim or doubtful. 2. Never argue with a fool, onlookers may not be able to tell the difference. 3. There isn't time, so brief is life, for bickerings, apologies, heartburnings, callings to account. There is only time for loving, and but an instant, so to speak, for that. 1. What is man? Man is a noisome bacillus whom our Heavenly Father created because he was disappointed in the monkey. 2. I thoroughly disapprove of duels. If a man should challenge me, I would take him kindly and forgivingly by the hand and lead him to a quiet place and kill him. 3. Life does not consist mainly, or even largely, of facts or happenings. It consists mainly of the storm of thoughts that is forever flowing through one's head.